Hi Travis, my name is Ken Poulsen, 92 years old. I have 4 kids. Well, I would thank my kids for being great kids.
Go back to one of the happiest moments in your life when you married your wife. Paint the picture for everyone.
All right, I was working in a company. They made electric motors, and they had a Christmas party in Scotts Plains. My wife also worked for the same company, and the company had a bowling league. Each team had 2 men and 2 women on it. And my wife Stella was the captain of her team, and she needed a male bowler. So she picked me out of the whole company. In the meantime, it's now like a time to have a Christmas party. They had a band, they had music, they had food. It was very nice. My wife went there with somebody, and I went there with a friend of mine. And I asked my wife Stella to dance. So anyway, we're dancing away.
That's mine.
And all of a sudden I grabbed her in the middle of the dance floor, and we started kissing. Kissing. And then I heard the people clapping.
But who kissed who?
No, I kissed her.
Okay, I was hoping.
And I heard everybody clapping because the band stopped playing. I wasn't nervous or anything. At that moment, I come to the conclusion that this is the woman I want.
How old were you?
About 25.
Alright, it's a good age.
So when I went home and told my mother that I'm going to marry this girl, my mother says, well, we'll have to check this out. Because I told her we both, on the same team. My mother showed up with this other woman to check out my wife Stella. And she thought it might have been a real old woman. But Stella never looked old. So that's how it was.
Was Stella a good bowler?
Yeah.
It's alright.
So.
Alright.
I was the best bowler.
Oh. Tell us how you proposed. How did you pop the question? Where was it? Where were you? Do you remember?
When we went bowling, at the end of bowling, once a week, I took a lot of people home. I took 2 or 3 women home, and I dropped one off and another off like that. I was dropping my wife Stella off. I dropped her off first.
Oof. That's a hard thing to do then. Because she had to be the first one to get
I had my eye on this other woman.
Oh. So you had to drop off 4 women, and Stella was always the first stop. So how did you do this?
So one day, I took her home last. And instead of taking her home, we went for a ride. I knew a guy that had like a farm.
Yeah.
So we drove out on his property. First thing she says, don't shut the motor off.
Oh.
I said, whoa, what's going on? Well, anyway, she got me all upset because I didn't shut the motor off. And I took the goddamn car and drove her home. Right? Maybe it was a test.
She's being tough.
Yeah. Gradually, it heated up. And she had all the assets you would want for a wife. Great personality, pretty intelligent, good family background. We had such a great life together. It couldn't have been any better than it was. I have such a beautiful, large family that I don't have a lot of time to miss her. It's hard to believe. I do miss talking to her though.
You live 92 years right now.
Yeah.
What's a piece of advice you can give to a little kid that wants to have something like that? As luxurious and wealthy and family driven and just having a life like you've had, that longevity. What do you say to them?
Try to learn as much about life as you possibly can. And that includes formal education like school. And as far as the job goes, try to do interesting work. If you're fortunate, go in your own business. And don't be afraid to try different things. Like, I like building stuff. Building a board.
Build that shed.
I built probably 20 decks.
20 decks.
I built.
What about this swing?
This swing?
This was from
this.
this was from Lancaster.
I would have liked to be a carpenter if I chose that direction. I would have liked that. Carpenter, creative. I didn't stop work till I was 88. I don't think people should just stop because it's time to stop. If they like what they're doing and they need the money, continue to work. I'm a pretty lucky guy when it comes to being happy because I married the perfect woman. And that woman brought me all the happiness you can ask for.